You're muted.
Alright, I'm no longer muted. And let me get this off the damn screen. But yes, it's your boy HollyHood Sensei. Sensei of the Bird Cartel CEO status. Yes, you just saw me probably like 30 minutes ago on what it sound like. But you already know, it's welcome to HollyHood. I mean, all new, brand new show on the Blurred Cartel. It's your boy. I mean, I told y'all every week it'll either be me or I'm going to be with a guest. And this week, you already know my introductions. You know where to find me. You know where to find the Blurred Cartel. You know what I mean? So I'm not even going to get into all that. You know, it's the Sensei of the Blurred Cartel CEO status. But I got a very special guest joining me tonight. You know, very special. So, you know, she real special to me too. You know, yeah, me. You know, but you go ahead, introduce yourself. Man.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, LalaizsoRandom. The name is LalaizsoRandom on all platforms. If the name's not there, neither am I.
Yes, and you already know what this is. Welcome to HollyHood. Every week we're gonna go through some topics. I'm gonna give you my perspective, my thoughts on them. I mean, you come through and you chat with the sensei. And tonight we got a very special person chat with the sensei. So I mean, it's gonna be a good one. It'll be a real good one. I mean,
Yo,
all right. So the topics for tonight we have letting go of toxic friendships, relationships, and family. You know what I mean? So you gotta let those toxic people go. We're gonna talk about that. The two
cut them
things
off. Cut
cut
them
them
off.
off, hit them with the scissors. You know what I mean? For the two things can be true, tonight we'll be talking about you can love someone and not like them at the same time. You know what I mean? For two
These are
things can be
hardcore
true.
facts.
And then for our third topic, we have is bashing your exes cool or no? I mean, we're gonna get into that. And then if you knew better, you do better. It was a post that went a little viral on Facebook. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get into it. We're gonna explain to you from a man and a woman's perspective on why you should not do what this guy did. You know what I mean? And fellas, I'm definitely gonna let y'all know, like, that is not the way to go. If you try and get any woman to give you some attention, what that man did, don't do. But we're gonna get to that. But yes, let's get into this first topic: letting go of toxic family members, friendships, and relationships. So before we get into that, what would you consider like what is toxicity to you?
I mean, toxicity has so many different definitions, so many ways that people can describe it, because what might be toxic to one person is not toxic to another, but really, by definition, toxic is just those unhealthy relationships that are not good for you. They're not serving you, they're not serving the people around you. Toxic relationships can affect people in many different ways, from their physical health as well as their mental health, and it can also affect your social and your social health, like with your friends and stuff like that.
Yes, and you know what we like to do here. I gave y'all the definitions of communication and accountability last week. So toxicity, I don't got it up in the John, but I'm gonna just read it off for you. Both of that's definitions: the quality of being toxic or poisonous. You know what I mean? And also the quality of being very harmful or unpleasant in
Mm,
a pervasive or insidious way. You know what I mean? Now,
insidious is
there
insane.
are people who can be insidious and very pervasive with their words, with their actions, you know, how they treat you and everything. It don't have to be your boyfriend. It could be your mother, your father. I mean, it could be a childhood friend. I mean, and what we're going to get into is why letting them go is important. I mean, and for me, I feel like breaking off those relationships are is very important. It's utmost, you know what I mean, importance for me because, you know, your mental health can be affected very much. By just anything toxic. Whether it's a toxic environment, toxic relationship, toxic person. I mean, you gotta break yourself away from those tendencies, away from that energy, because once that energy, envelops you, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You yourself, you might start acting toxic. You might start to feed into the toxicity. You might develop, a need for the toxicity where like you have to engage in the bullshit with somebody else. And you gotta cut that off at the root before you find yourself in that situation. Well,
I mean,
what's your
some people like toxicity. Some people thrive in it. They don't want to cut it off. They know that it's toxic. They identify it as toxic, and that's their way of life. Some people feel like if it's not toxic, it's not real. Like they conflate being toxic with like other emotions like passion or love.
Yeah, definitely. She look good, don't she? You know what I mean? I know it.
Yeah,
Yeah. She definitely a bad one. You know what I mean?
chill.
But yeah, let me not get distracted. You know what I mean? Well, continue on what you were saying.
I finished my sentence.
Oh, you finished.
Yeah.
All right, and also I feel like we live in a generation now where like social media and just media in general like promotes toxicity. You know what I mean?
It's
You hear
glorified.
yeah, it's glorified in music, memes, TV, whatever. You know what I mean? And it gives off this
The future
perception that
memes. The future memes.
yeah, I love me some future memes. I love the sending that text. You know what I mean? Even though I don't do it myself, but I love making those memes because it's funny.
You've
But
never sent one of those texts?
I have not. You know what I mean? I have not. I could, but I have not. You know what I mean? But just the perception that it gives off. You know what I mean? That toxicity is attractive. That's what people want. That it's just be something you should strive for in relationships. And I just feel like that's real pepperoni and cheese. You know what I mean? You should be striving for healthy relationships, healthy interactions, not toxicity. But because we live in a clout chasing world in the social media era, posting about healthy relationships and healthy interactions, that's not going to get you no traction. People want to dwell in the realm of controversy and bullshit.
People
So,
like to clown you for not being toxic.
right.
Like, oh, that's simping. Oh, you a sucker. Oh, that's ill. That's gross. That's cringe. Nobody wants to see that on their timeline. Because
Wow.
you're happy and healthy and not being toxic.
Happiness is happiness brings a lot of haters. I've noticed these last couple weeks. Happiness brings a lot of
Really?
haters.
You
You know what I
have.
mean? Yeah. I've noticed. I've noticed since I've made a decision to hop back in a relationship realm. I've noticed that people have happiness from one person brings out a whole bunch of bullshit from other people. Toxic. You know what I mean? Now because you're in a relationship, you post your significant other, you say things about how they make you feel. Now you got people that just hop in your inbox and they tell you, "Oh, I always liked you," and you know, just bullshit. I always had a crush on you. You know what I mean? If I had a chance, I would do this and that. But you know, when you had the chance to do something, you didn't. But I'm going off. I'm going off point. I don't want to
Right.
start.
Because, I feel like everybody does talk about toxic relationships, but on topic for today, not everyone talks about the toxic platonic and familial relationships that are also toxic, like toxic
Yes.
friendships and family members. For instance, I feel like, and I don't want to be called like no kind of pick me or nothing, but I feel like women experience far more toxic friendships than men do.
I could agree with that because I don't really.
Parents have toxic friendships, but I feel like it's significantly less.
I don't. I can agree with that because in my experience as a man, I don't really have any toxic male friendships. Like I don't have any of that, or any female friendships. I don't have now. How you doing, Miss Morgan? Yeah, man. Yes, the lovebirds are in the building. But yeah, I don't. I could see that for women because I feel like a lot of women actions are emotion based sometimes. So
I
I
don't
could
think it's
see.
even just it being emotion based. I think we as women from a very young age, we're conditioned to look at each other as competition.
Well, that is true. I mean, because certain types of women get put on pedestals. Whether it's your body type or your shade. You know what I mean? So,
A lot of respectability politics.
all right. So let's get into toxic family members, though. You know what I mean? I feel like toxic family
We're
members
still
may
talking
be.
about friendships.
Oh, friendships. All right, all right. Yeah, toxic friends. I'm sorry. I be.
You're just done. You're like, I ain't got no toxic friends. This
I
conversation's
mean, yeah.
over.
I
That's
don't
it.
have. I really don't. I don't have any
Have you
toxic friends.
ever witnessed seeing someone in your life who had a friend that was like competition? I mean, not competition. I'm sorry, I was reading the comment, but toxic. Like, have you ever witnessed someone with a friend and was like, "Yo, you gotta let
Yes.
that go. You gotta cut that off."
Yeah. I have friends that have toxic friendships with other people. You know what I
Uh,
mean? And I've told them, hey, like, bro, so and so, they ain't really rocking with you like that. You know what I mean? Like, they ain't not really rocking with you the way you think you are. And,
mhm.
y'all do a lot. Like, it was spun to me that y'all was friends, but every time I'm around y'all, it's a lot of arguing, it's a lot of backhanded comments, and it don't seem like friendship to me. You know what I mean? It seemed real toxic. And people always give you the, oh, that's just how he is. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's you know, a bullshit excuse. We got to stop with the that's just how they are. You know what I mean? No, like you can tell your friend or your family member or whoever. I mean, as I said last week, you can communicate to them and tell them about. You can tell people about themselves. You know what I mean? Whether it's going to make them upset or y'all might not be friends for a while, they they needed to hear it. And at the end of the day, I feel like they'll respect you more because you told them the truth. But that's
Yeah,
just me. But
I was.
yeah,
I would like to like highlight one instance of toxic male friendships, though, that a
okay.
lot of men refuse to acknowledge. I'd like to get your take on the whole bros before hoes attitude.
All right. So my thing with bros before hoes is like if we talking like just a hoe, you know what I mean, just yeah, just a hoe, a slider or whatever you want to call her. You know what I mean, yeah, bros before them, but when you start putting your bros before your wife, your girlfriend, and all that stuff, I just feel like you know that's a little iffy to me. That's a little suspect. You know what I mean, and I don't like questioning a nigga's sexuality because you could be who you want to be, you could love who you want to love. But you know what I mean? You putting your bros before, like I said, your girlfriend, your wife, that's a little sus. Like, you know what I mean, that whole mentality, bros before hoes, that should just literally strictly be just about hoes. You know what I mean? We know what a hoe is, but I don't have to go into the definition. It should just be strictly about hoes, not your real life significant other, not the person you see every day.
I feel like a lot of guys don't treat it like that. Like
They
a lot
don't.
of guys use it as a crutch to, like try and, get you to do what they want you to do.
Right.
Like, how do you feel about the and this is for men and women, the single friend that always wants you out doing
That is
single
facts,
things
Monroe.
when you're in
Facts.
a relationship?
Oh, say that again. I'm sorry.
Like, how you feel about the friends that want you out doing single things when they know you're in a relationship?
Those friends, most of my toxic homies I found out later, but yeah. Those friends, I don't associate myself with those type of people because my thing is this. I said last week, respecting your relationship, respecting your partner. You know what I mean? If you, as my friend, if you are putting me in situations where I'm, you know, potentially cheating on the person I'm with, then you're not my friend. You know what I mean? We not really homies like that. You don't have my best interests at heart. You know what I mean? Because you, if you my man, you know for a fact, you know my girl, I done told you about her, you know how I feel about her. And if you putting me in situations where I gotta cheat on her, then you're not really my man's. And then me as
But
a
you don't
person,
have to cheat.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And me as a person, to be in those situations would say something about me. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't hang around those type of people that would potentially allow me to jeopardize my relationship. You know what I mean? And if I know those type of things are going on, if you're gonna have me in a place where, you know, there's single women around and all that other stuff, like I would communicate with the person I'm with, like, hey, so and so trying to take me here. You know what I mean? If you ain't comfortable with that, then I'm out. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be on some oh my girl tripping. No, like I'm gonna leave. You know what I mean? If my woman don't want me there, I'm not gonna be there. You know what I mean? Point blank. Because like I said, I'm not disrespecting myself or my relationship. So I'm not gonna hang around people that put me in those precarious type of situations. I'm good. Like, cause I would never do that to them. So why would you do that to me? You
I
mean?
feel like those are the same type of friends that want you to answer the phone and lie for them.
Now, don't get me wrong. I have lied for a few niggas in my day.
Oh,
Yeah,
look
I,
at
ain't gonna lie.
that.
I have, you know what I mean, back in my younger days, I have lied for my homies. You know what I mean, I had an instance where my man's called me.
And then they believed you because they know you're just a respectable young man.
Yeah, you know,
Oh, he wouldn't lie.
one time I had my homie. He said, "Yo, I'm chilling with this. I'm chilling. If this shit go left and I don't like it, I'm gonna hit like just I'm gonna text you and then just call me on some like, yo, I need your help type shit. You know what I mean? So
No, I'm not talking about a need your help type situation. I
or
mean,
just like, oh, all right, you
they
like
got caught up. They got
you
caught up
lied for
and
your
then
homie.
used you to be like, oh, no, I wasn't with another girl. I was hanging out with HollyHood.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I've done that once. You know what I mean? Where like, but the thing is now to defend myself. The thing is, I didn't know where that man was previous. You know what I mean? I didn't know anything. You know what I mean? I didn't know what he was doing. His girl called me, asking me questions. You know what I mean? With him in the background, of course. She called me asking me questions because I know the code. Because I'm a nigga, I'm a bro. I just, you know, it just instinctively came out like, no, no, he was with me. You know what I mean? We was chilling, playing 2K, smoking blunts and shit. You know what I mean? You know how I get. You know what I mean? Like it just came out. Like, but I
Is,
didn't
it,
know.
is that considered toxic or is
I
that
had
just
no.
considered just being a good friend?
That's just for me. That's considered being a good friend because I wasn't in cahoots with the whole. You know what I mean? Like,
So was he toxic for putting you up to
well,
be
yeah,
in
he
that
was,
position?
and on his part, he was toxic for putting me in the middle of that. Because I'd rather not be in anyone's relationship drama. Because I don't want anyone in mine. So I don't want to be involved. Like, I'm not trying to be the picket fence between you and your. You know, I'm not trying to do that. Like, that's because I'm not going to do that to you. So don't put me in that situation. You know what I mean? But now, like, I'll tell any of my homies straight up, like, if you out here doing fuck shit, don't call me to give you a alibi, bro. Cause we all about accountability these days. So if you fucking up, you fucking up. You gonna have to fuck up on your own. I ain't involved with that. You know what I mean? I'm not involved with fucking up no more. I'm good.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling
I'm trying my trajectory is going upwards. I'm not trying to go down. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to stay away from the fuck shit. You know what I mean?
it. Yeah.
But
So
you yourself, have you ever had to lie for any of your homegirls or whatever? Like, I
have
mean, keep it a bean.
I may or may not have got caught up in lies that I didn't know I was caught up in.
Hmm. All right, elaborate.
Why I gotta elaborate? Why it can't just be that, I didn't
Oh,
know.
you can't say that and then not, you know.
I can't just be innocent.
Mm-mm.
No, I
This is
can be
welcome to
innocent.
Hollywood. You know what I mean, we want your inner thoughts. You know what
What
I
the
mean,
any thoughts? No, no, no. generally overall, I don't rock with people that would be like that. I'm a firm believer in birds of a feather stick together, and
Mm-hmm.
so I'm a
Yes,
firm
sir.
believer in birds of a feather stick together. So I try not to associate myself with people who would, put me in precarious situations like that. You know, like
Yeah.
I feel like for me personally, I know guys be like, "Oh, when your girl in a relationship, keep her away from her single friends." I feel like I'm the single friend that you would want your girl to be around because I'm always level-handed. I mean level-headed. Like a lot of my friends have always been like, "Bitch, why you taking his side?" But it's not I'm taking the guy's side. But if I see you fucking up, you doing shit, I'm gonna call you out on your bullshit, just like I'm gonna call him out on his bullshit,
Right.
and I'm gonna, tell you like when my friends come to me and they ask me questions like, "Oh, if they should walk away from the guy on certain instances," like, I'm like, if y'all was married, would you get a divorce over this? Because like I feel like when you dating, you should be dating for marriage. If that's not the goal, then what are you doing? And I feel like the type of friend that I am to people, I don't always have that type of friend in other people.
Hmm.
But most of the time, I don't have a lot of women friend just because I told you about the toxicity and shit. I do
Right.
have my sisters. So while I might not be willing to lie for a friend, like I can't, I can't hang my sister
Yeah.
out to
You gonna
dry.
lie for sister? That's I mean, it's your sister.
It's my sister. It's my sister. I can't hang my sister out to dry.
All right. So if my girl cheat, Lala got my back. She lit. You know what I mean?
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not gonna tell you that your girl cheated. That's not my business. I'm not. I'm not. I'm
Shit,
not
I
that
am.
person. But I will tell your girl like, you got a good man. Why the fuck are you doing this? You should just
I mean,
straight
I
up.
see your girl cheating, nigga. I'm calling you right there. Hey, yo, bro. I mean, yo, what your shorty doing out here?
Okay, but we're
Man.
talking on the instance that his girl would be my friend.
All right, I got you.
So if you see your bro cheating, you gonna call his girlfriend?
You know what I mean, if I got her number, you know what I mean, and I'm gonna keep it a bean. I'm not.
Why would you have your bro's girl's number
I
and
don't.
snitch on
That's the
him for
only.
cheating?
That's the only way I'm gonna call her if I got a number. And 9 times out of 10, I don't. So
So
I can't call.
you gonna snitch on your bros?
I'm not going. Listen,
Like if I'm asked, that's one thing.
I'm not a
But
rat.
me
I'm
volunteering
I'm
information,
I'm not a rat. So you know what I mean. I am not an informant, HollyHood Sensei, in no way, shape, or form. I am not no rat. We don't do that. It's no Takashi 6 9s over here. But
what? Okay, so how would you? Okay, what would you do? Here's a funny situation. So what would you do if you and girl and y'all had a friendship couple
hmm
and you saw your boy stepping out, but your girl she witnessed it too because she was with you.
hmm
Now that's her friend, just like that's your friend, and now
hmm
she's trying to pressure you into getting him to confess so that she doesn't have to tell her friend.
you know what I mean. Like I said, we dwell in the realm of accountability. So
So
I'm gonna
now you're
tell
a rat.
I'm gonna go to my man's and I'm gonna tell him like, bro, you know you drawn. Like, you know what I mean? You know how much that girl rock with you, how much she love you. You out here acting like a dickhead. You on some nut shit. I'm gonna tell that man, like, yo, you drawing, bro. Like, I'm not gonna rat on you, but I feel like you need to either nip this in the bud, cut this shit out, or come clean to your lady and tell her. You know what I mean? 'Cause
What if he tell you to tell your girl not to tell?
I mean, more than likely he will, but at the same time, I'm gonna tell that man, listen, I could tell my girl 101 things. You know what I mean? She may only listen to 55 of them, bro. So like, it's nothing I can do. I mean, she gonna do what she want to do. At the end of the day, she got her own mind, and if that's her home girl, she looking out for her home girl. You know what I mean? It's nothing I can do.
What if
I can
they're
say,
only
you
homegirls because y'all was boys first?
know what I mean? All right, but still, I'm not gonna be like, yo, babe, don't tell her. Like, you know what I mean? No, if you want to tell her, tell her. You know what I mean? If, but more, and the crazy thing with toxic relationships, you would tell a person that their significant other is doing them dirty, and they would get mad at you for telling them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? they would ostracize you for giving them that information. Like, damn, bro, I'm trying to help you out. All right? I mean, you go ahead and be a dumbass. You know what I mean? And keep allowing this person to fuck you over. You know what I mean? You go ahead. Like, I tried to be a good friend. I tried to tell you. You don't want to listen? That's on you. And those type of people, I usually leave alone because it's like you can't tell them anything. You know what I mean? You got to let them find out for themselves. But
Mhm.
yeah, I would literally tell my homie, like, bro, you drawn, cut this shit out. I mean, you know, black men don't cheat, bro. We don't do this shit.
We
Like, you know
don't.
what I mean?
We don't.
We don't cheat. Like, that's them other dudes. We don't cheat out here. We love our women. You
What
know, we
would
treat them
your
right.
would your stance on that be different if you felt like your friend was in a toxic relationship and his girlfriend was a toxic one? Like, you know, your friend's a good guy, but he didn't leave his toxic girlfriend, but he's stepping out on her. How would you feel? Would you feel like your stance would change on that situation like that?
Nah, cause I'm the same nigga. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it a bean. I always say, why cheat when you can just leave? You know what I mean? If that person is already toxic, your
Mhm.
significant other is already toxic, and your reasoning to deal with their toxicity is just to cheat on them rather than leave, then I'm gonna look at you like a dumbass. Cause it's like you can leave that person. You only causing yourself even more drama by cheating on a
You
toxic.
can't leave her. You can't leave her. The
No,
pussy too good. The
listen,
pussy too
sometimes you gotta let go. Don't get me wrong. I had a few toxic joints in my life, and I'm gonna keep it a bean. The yams was everything, but sometimes your sanity is worth more. You know what I mean? Your sanity is worth more. You gotta let that shit go. Like, I mean, you know, yeah, the sex may be good, but I mean, what's the sex when you up late at night thinking about some bullshit she said to you and it got you stressing? Or what's the sex when you gotta constantly worried about what she doing, who she talking to, and all that? It's not worth it. I mean, it's not worth it. You gotta cut that off. No, regardless how good the yams is, regardless how good the dick is, you gotta cut the motherfuckers off. You know what I mean? Cause they know that toxic motherfucker knows they got you wrapped around the finger. You know what I mean? They already know. Like all I gotta do is fuck you, and you gonna be good. You know what I mean? You going no. You gotta stop letting these toxic motherfuckers use they sex as a weapon. You know what I mean? Your mind, fortify your mind. You know what I mean? Your consciousness is greater than the pussy. Your consciousness is greater than the dick. You know what I mean? Keep your mental health right there. Your sanity is worth more. That's just me though.
good. Do you have any more questions about toxic women relationships before we move on to family?
Yes, dangerous yams. You know what I mean? The dangerous yams. We've listen. Any of my brothers watching, you've encountered some dangerous yams. You know what I mean? We've all had where you had to second guess, like, God damn, do I really want to leave this? You know what I mean? But you did. But yeah, toxic family members though. I feel like out of like on a hierarchy of toxicity, family toxicity is like it's up there. You know what I mean? Because like if you black or just any type of minority, even white folks, because I've been around white folks, so I've seen the type of toxicity they can get into as well. You know what I mean? But family toxicity is just crazy because I feel like a lot of times within our families, it's a lot of enablement that goes on. Like, I mean, it's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of enabling. It's a lot of that's just who they are. That's just how they are. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And we just sweep shit under the rug. You know what I mean? And it shouldn't be like that. If that's your family, your blood, person you grew up with, you've been around your whole life, you should be able to talk to them and tell them like, yo, you drawn. Like, you know what I mean? And you should be able to say, hey, listen, I'm gonna separate myself from you for a minute. You know what I mean? Because I don't like how you get down. You know what I mean? But man, what's your thoughts on that?
Give me 1 second. You know, ask me a question, right? What? You gonna ask me a question right when I pull
Listen,
out?
she is beautiful, ain't she? You know what I mean? I tell her every goddamn day.
Stop.
I tell her every day she's gorgeous. You know what I
Stop.
mean? I'm a lucky nigga, I'm telling you. But no, go ahead.
I'm over here. I'm staring at you and you talking, but I'm distracted. So what was the question again?
All right, toxic family members. What's your
Yeah.
thoughts on family toxicity?
Toxic family bad. More sensei talk.
Yeah, so yeah, toxicity. I feel like it starts from within your family. Listen, Monray, I got you. You know what I mean? You know, wedding colors is Dookie Brown
I
and
should get him back.
Dookie Brown and Forest Green. You know what I
Absolutely
mean?
not. Why do you keep saying that?
Listen, man, it's a blushathon going on over here. But I
Oh
feel like
my
the
gosh.
toxicity within families really starts from the top of your family, your matriarch, your patriarch of your family, your grandma, your grandpa.
I think a
I mean,
lot of people's first experience with toxicity is from their parents. And
yeah,
a lot of us don't even know it or identify it. If it's not your parents, it's definitely somebody, that's an elder and the family member. Those backwards compliments, like those stick with you for a long time. Like, especially like me growing up as a dark skinned girl, I always got those type of backwards compliments. Like
yeah,
the first
Doodle
the
Brown.
first bullies that you ever had
Well,
were
your
your
family members.
parents a lot of time. You
Mm-hmm.
know? Like my mom, she know how to turn a compliment into, we used to call them a compliment. like like she, that was her way of being nice, but it didn't really feel good. like but how do you feel about people who feel like cutting off toxic family is necessary with the whole type of I'm gonna just up and disappear from them mentality?
I
Like, how do
mean,
you feel
if
about that type?
you know, if that's your coping mechanism, if that's how you need to separate yourself and heal from it, I mean, that's fine. I mean, you don't have to announce to everybody or to anybody that you want to separate yourself. I mean, if you see that, like, I'm not rocking with that, you can remove yourself. If they
Mhm.
rock with you like that, they'll check on you, but 9 times out of 10, they don't. You know what I mean?
I think a lot
But
of times with family, we get peer pressured into staying.
yeah, we do, because your family will always say, oh, man, that's your family, man. Like, you know what I mean? That's
Blood
the,
is thicker than water.
you know what I mean? Blood, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I'm a grown ass man now. So when you was a child, yeah, you could run with that narrative and let people, you know what I mean? But when you grown and you could think for yourself and you know that shit ain't right, nah, I don't give a damn if you my uncle, my grandpa, or my goddamn grandmother. If you on some shit, I'm out.
Some
Like
shit.
I don't have to be around you. I mean, I don't have to just because you my family. I don't have to be around you at all. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of times with folks in your family, whether it be your mother, your father, your grandmother, uncle, or aunt, a lot of the times the toxicity comes from like you said, the backhanded compliments or them just discouraging you from doing certain things because they weren't able to succeed at that. You know what I mean?
Oh
So they
yeah.
look down on you or they make you seem like, you know, you doing something that you shouldn't be doing because you doing something that they wanted to do and they couldn't excel at. And it's some type of jealousy rooted right there. You know what I mean? And that's super toxic to me because that happens a lot, especially within black families. Oh, let me read this comment. Real talk. Family are just people that share your blood. They're still people at the end of the day, for better or worse. If you have to cut them off or distance them like bad friends, coworkers, etc., exes, etc., so be it. Facts. You know what I mean?
Let me hurt your health worse than anyone. Let your grandauntie get your weight like she got big, like she not a big motherfucker.
I
True.
mean,
They
yeah.
be that is a lot of things. I feel like a lot of times family members will project their own insecurities onto you.
Yep.
Like, especially like even like how you was mentioning, like you having your own dreams. Sometimes your family, they can't support your dreams because your dreams were never supported, or the simple fact that they are expecting you to fulfill the dreams that they have for themselves. Like, you might really love football. Football is the thing that you wanted more than anything, but your dad is like, nah, you gonna play basketball. You don't got time for football.
Hmm.
Like shit like that. You know,
Yeah.
I feel
But
like it's important that we as a people, we really strive to break generational curses. And I feel like sometimes running away from your problems is not the best instance on breaking those generational curses. I really believe that with the conversation and subject matter of accountability, I feel like we should start calling out our family members for being toxic. It might
yeah,
not go
more
well.
than some
It
BS.
might sound nasty, but sometimes I feel like that's very necessary
Nah.
because how will they know?
Right. People, and one of the things I always say to my, to anybody, I'm not gonna know how you feeling if you don't tell me. You know what I mean? Or I'm not gonna know. Like, a lot of people just are oblivious to they fuck up. So I'm not gonna know I'm fucking up if you don't tell me I'm fucking up. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's okay. Like I said last week within the communication, it's okay to tell people about themselves. If you feel like they don't, the phrase goes, truth hurts for a reason. They say brutally honest for a reason. Like, it's going to hurt. You know what I mean? Because deep down inside the person you telling it to, they know it's true. That's why it hurts. You know what
That's
I
a,
mean?
that's another
Sometimes
thing. I
we gotta
feel like
have,
the truth don't always have to hurt. The
I
truth
mean,
doesn't
it
always
don't
have to
always
hurt.
have to hurt.
I like to say it's not what you say, but it's how you say it.
True. You know, some
Yeah, that's true, Asia. Only if they're receptive.
sometimes,
If they're not, then move on.
yeah.
And to your other comment, that's another thing. I feel like um, toxic family members need to stop doing this, pressuring or assuming that people have children or are about to have children and stuff like that. I really hate those conversations where it's
Yes.
like, oh, are you pregnant? When you gonna have kids? Need me another grandbaby.
Right. And
Like,
Aisha,
what if that wasn't a goal?
right.
That is very toxic,
Now,
Asia.
respecting your elders, my thing is this. Now, my elders always told me, respect who respects you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So if you, I don't give a damn if you 78, 97. If you ain't giving me respect, I don't have to give you anything. I don't give a fuck how old you are. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you're still a human. I'm still a human. And I deserve respect. Just like you feel as though you deserve respect, give me the respect you feel as though you deserve. Like, I'm not just going to automatically, inherently give you respect because you older than me. No, that's
I
not
feel
going
like
to happen.
I feel like I'm a little different on that thing because I was raised very much in a respect your elders type of situation. Like my dad's side of the family were a whole way older than my mom's side of the family. And I spent a
Mhm.
lot of time with them. A lot of my elders were very, very much old school in that respect. And for me, I feel like it's not that I disrespected my elders ever, but I felt like I can respect you and still not be nice. Like I don't always gotta be nice.
Right,
Like if I don't like you, you gonna know I don't like you. But I'm still gonna respect you. I respect the path that you've walked and how long you've been on this earth. I feel like you'll get respect until there's a point where you lose my respect.
right,
I don't really try and make people earn my respect, but you can lose my respect by actions that you do in a sense like that. But I
right,
don't have to be nice. So if you're being very disrespectful to me, being very mean to me, I will be mean, but I will not be disrespectful. Like I would never call like my elder to their face like a bitch. I might say that shit to
yeah.
my cousins shit. Oh, grandma being a bitch, but
Yeah,
I would never
I'm not
say,
going
"Hey,
to
you
do that.
bitch." Woo, woo, woo. I would never be
Yeah,
disrespectful, but I'm not necessarily going to
I'm
be
not
mean.
going to blatantly disrespect them, but at the same time, I'm not going to heap a bunch of praise and put you on some pedestal when I know you don't respect me. That's just,
I'm not.
I
I'm
mean,
not going to pretend like they deserve some type of, you
yeah,
know,
nah,
yeah,
we're not doing that. You know
yeah.
what I mean? But listen, this, hey, I ain't even realize time was flying on this topic. You know what I mean? But the gist of it all is, do not be afraid to cut these people off. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, your sanity, your well being, how you feel is more important. I mean, you are first. I mean, fuck the bullshit. I mean, you know, fuck the bullshit. That's what we on.
What do you feel about people choosing their relationships over their family?
But you know what I mean? I feel like it depends on their family dynamic. You know what I mean? Some people may be within a toxic family where they don't want to be around their family like that, and they don't want to bring their significant other around their family because maybe that person will start to look at them different. You know what I mean? And then you see how your family treats you, so how they gonna treat the person you're with. So sometimes sometimes you gotta choose. I don't have no problem with it. It's just like I said, it just depends on your family dynamic. You know.
Yeah, because I feel like sometimes your relationship might not understand like if your partner doesn't understand like the type of dynamic that you have with your family, they might look at you cutting off your family or not being around your family, and that could affect your relationship.
Yeah,
But
because
then
some
there
people.
are also relationships that want you to cut off your family, and they're the toxic part.
Yeah, no. See, that's the people you cut off. If it's a person that's trying to control
Be blinded by
who
that.
you can interact with and all that, you need to let them go. And they do be blinded, but you gotta take them blinders off. Open your motherfucking eyes. You know what I
Have
mean?
you have
Save
you ever
yourself.
have you ever felt helpless in a situation where you saw like someone that you loved that was in your family and you saw them into a toxic situation and you felt like you couldn't do anything about it?
Oh, a bunch of times. You know what I mean? A bunch of times. But you know, I I will go to said individual and just express how I feel. Like, hey, listen, man, I feel like blah blah blah. But sometimes they either not receptive to it or they just like, yeah, they was listening to you, but they didn't hear you. You know what I
And
mean?
do you feel like family members can come back from being toxic? Like, or do you feel like you don't need to give them another
Nah,
chance?
you
Once
you
you cut
can.
them off, you should just.
Nah, I feel like, as I said last week, the best apology of anything is change behavior. So
Mm,
if you are coming back, you holding yourself accountable, you healed from your fuck shit, and you not toxic, I can rock with you. You know what I mean? As long as you can admit that you were wrong and you needed to change, we can, you know what I mean? If you can't do that, then it's still fuck you. But if you can do that, then chances are I'm going to be more likely to forgive you. I mean, you can be forgiven once you recognize the error of your ways. That's how I feel.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you don't owe them a second chance, but you can give them a second chance.
I love this topic. I love this conversation. I wish we had more time to talk about it more because I feel like we really hit some points on this one. You know?
Yes. But that
Yeah.
segues into the next topic though. But two things can be true.
Two things
You
can be true.
you can love someone and not like them
This
at
is
the same time.
this is facts.
You know what I mean? You can love, let me say it again, you can love someone and not like them at the same time.
Do you feel like
Yeah.
that applies to relationships?
Sometimes, yes.
Really?
Because you can be in a relationship where you love this person and through like the course of it, whatever went down, you know what I mean, you start really not liking them. You know what I mean? It's like,
Is
yo,
it
I
time
love
to
you.
leave?
Like I love you, but like I'm really not once you get to that point where you're in a relationship and you feel like you don't like your partner anymore, I do feel like it's time to dip. You know what I
It's
mean?
time to
Because
go.
once you don't like someone, that means you just don't like anything they do. You don't want to be around that person. You know what I mean? When they speak, it irritates you. You know what I
Mm.
mean? You
Now,
should not
the
like
voice
if,
that used to soothe you to sleep now annoys you. It's like
right.
nails on a chalkboard.
Once that happens, I think it's time to hit the door. You know what I mean? Once you start getting those feelings, it's time to hit the door. I feel like this applies more. It could work both ways more with like family members. Like you could love like your aunt or something, but you just know like yo, she's a bitch. I don't really like her like that, but I love her though. because that's
I
my
feel
auntie.
like I got a lot of those people. But in my defense, I tell everyone I don't like people. I don't like people. You being my family does not make that an exclusion. There's a lot of people that I feel like I love you, but I don't like you.
Yeah, I mean, you can love somebody and keep them at a distance. You know what I mean, you can say, "All right, yeah, I love you, but I don't really rock with how you move." Like, you know what I mean, and that's fine. Like, you could have that. I mean, you could have that mindset. You could be that way. I mean, you could say, "Hey, listen, I know we share the same blood, whatever. I love you to death, but I just don't really like how you act, how you move." I mean, that could be said. I mean, or you don't got to tell that motherfucker at all. You can just, I mean, you can see him at the family function, say hi, say bye. That's it. I mean, but I feel like, yeah, that definitely applies more to family. I mean, like relationships, no. Like I said, once you start
And friendships?
friendships, you can love your friend and not like him. You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes.
I feel
You
like
know,
that's when it becomes a toxic friendship because then you make excuses for them that you end up in one of those type of friendships where it's like, oh, I've known this person since the third grade. She's always been like this. And that's not really healthy. Some of those friendships you do need to let go. I
yeah,
understand people who don't want to let go family, but relationships and friendships, if it gets to the point where I love you but I don't like you, it's time for me to distance myself from you. And that's how I feel like I've had friendships like that where it was just the friendship was not serving me. There was no bad blood. It wasn't a fight. We didn't end badly. Like we stayed mutuals on social media and stuff, and like. But I wouldn't be upset if you didn't invite me to the wedding.
yeah.
You know,
Some
I'm
people,
not upset if I don't get a baby shower invite. I'm gonna like the pictures that you post on Facebook and keep it pushing.
right? They had that love for him and still keep him at a distance. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'm gonna still support you. I'm gonna still love you. Like I feel like I definitely feel like once you love somebody, that love just does not go nowhere. Like
Yeah.
you
And
can fall
once,
out of love with people, but you still will have love for a person. I
right.
feel. So if I've ever said I love you, I probably still do. And if I don't, it means I never did.
Hey, I mean, you heard it here. I mean, if she told you she loved you, she probably still do. So,
I was quoting Priscilla Renee or
don't,
Money Long.
don't. I mean, and I know you little scoundrels out there. Don't be trying to slide in the inbox like, oh, you still love me? No, she don't, nigga. You know what I mean? No, she don't. I mean, we gonna cut that off right now. But no, yeah, I mean that's two things to be true, man. You can love someone and you can like someone. You know what I mean? That's basically it. But the next topic that intrigues me a lot. You know what I mean? Is bashing your exes cool or no? You know what I mean? Should you be out here bashing people that you had past relationships with? You know what I mean? I feel like for me, if like the only way I'm not gonna say bashing the person, but if they did you dirty, you know what I mean, and through the course of people you talking to, you tell them how they did you dirty, that's fine. You know what I mean? That's cool. But the moment you go like dissing a person and you throw the expletives at them and say they wasn't shit, this and that, blah blah blah. I feel like that to me, how I look at that is from my point of view, that means you make bad decisions. You know what I mean? That's how I look at that. You know what I mean? Because you obviously aren't happy with the decision you made. You know what I mean? You chose that person. At one point in time, you thought the world of that person. And now because everything did not go right, it's fuck this person. They a fuck nigga. She's a bitch. Blah, blah, blah. But none of that was prevalent before. You know what I mean? I just feel like prevalent. I mean, none of that was prevalent before. You know what I mean? I just feel like once you get into bashing people that you were in relationship with or married to or whatever. That's letting whoever you're talking to, that's letting them know you don't make good decisions when it comes to choosing people. That's my opinion. How do you feel?
I feel like that is so cringe. It's just so cringe. It's like, shush, Asia, chill, okay? um, I feel like it's so cringe. For me, if I'm bashing somebody that I was in a relationship with or intimate with or anything, I feel like it says more about me than it does about that person because it makes me look bad. That's embarrassing. Like, if you're sitting there telling people, oh, yeah, when he stank, you was with a stanky nigga?
Right,
You was okay with being with a stanky nigga? Oh, he
right,
was dumb. You like dumb niggas?
right,
You were okay with him being dumb? Like, I think also it says something to any future prospects about you because now I'm gonna be looking at you like, what are you gonna say about me if shit goes left?
right.
You know?
Yeah.
So like for me, if somebody do me wrong, if somebody do me dirty, I'm not I don't need to blast you on social media and stuff because it's embarrassing. It makes me look dumb.
Right.
There's a lot of people I could bash. I might sub you and shit. But then I look at like those people who put those whole ass Facebook rants and stuff talking about their relationships, how ain't shit the nigga is and all of that shit. And then they dirty delete it 2 weeks later because they back with that nigga. Ain't nobody's business.
Embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing. Like we all saw that, sis. We all saw that.
Yeah,
We
it's
all
even
saw it.
worse when you know what I mean, when you just and one thing I'll say, like when people like put their relationship on Front Street, you know what I mean, they put everything on social media, this and that. You know what I mean? How happy they was, this whatever they did together, all that. And then they break up and now you see this person, oh, this motherfucker was blah blah, like yo, you just posted 32 photos of y'all frolicking in the grass or some shit. You know what I mean? Now that motherfucker ain't shit. His dick was little. Like damn, you
I mean,
you with the
that's
nigga. You
that's the thing though.
know what I
Social
mean?
media is just a highlight reel.
Yeah, it
It's just
is.
a highlight reel. You're only putting your highlights up there.
Yes,
I'm gonna post the good. I don't have to post the bad. But there are people who post only the bad.
and you
How
shouldn't.
much is too much to share with friends and social media? I feel like with your real friends, it depends on the dynamic of the friendship because I
Right,
don't feel like it's too much to share. Like, because you do need people to vent to. I know a lot of people be like, oh, no one should know the ins and out of your relationship and stuff. But sometimes you for your own sanity, you do need to talk to people, but you don't need to put it all on social media because everything does not need to be broadcast publicly.
right. And if you are talking to people, make sure you're talking to a person that knows that this information is confidential. That knows that hey, I mean, I'm not going to go behind their back and
Mhm.
talk to my homegirl and be like, oh, yo, she just called me and said this nigga blah blah blah. No, don't.
Also, like when you're having those conversations with your friends, it still shouldn't be like some type of bashing type shit.
Yeah,
That's
it
what
shouldn't be.
I'm still not about to go to my friend and complain like, oh my god, the sex is so whack. Girl, if you're not doing anything to prove that, why are you
Right.
complaining?
And also bring me back to that good old communication. Are you telling that man he can't fuck? I
Right.
mean, you with him. You know what I mean? So you should be telling him like, hey, listen, you got to set this step your sex up, or I'm gonna have to. You know what I mean? It's looking kind of. You know what I mean? Like you could tell that person. Oh, if HollyHood Lala say something crazy about a group of something, y'all would get a mass reception to it. This is why I hate social. That is true. You know what I mean? People will flock to the most negative of comments because we live in a world of fuckery where people just want to be controversial. The positivity, the healthy shit does not get the publicity it should, and that's why this show exists right here. You know what I mean? Because I ain't on that bullshit, fam. You know what I mean? I'm in a, like I said, I'm in a different realm these days. My mind is different. You know what I mean? I ascended to a different place. I'm trying to have niggas on the same type time. You know what I mean? All this toxic shit that been promoted that, you know what I mean? You know, this narrative that been spun about us. No, man, I'm trying to break them barriers down, man. Healthy is the way to go. You know what I mean? All that other shit, we ain't for that. Negativity, we ain't for it. It's positivity over here. You know what I mean? And I feel like, back to the subject, you should, you know, if you actually had love for that person that you was used to be with, you could still speak glowingly of them. You know what I mean? If everybody knows, I said it last week in my opening statement. I'm divorced. You know what I mean? But you have never seen me post a status, post a tweet, or get on any of these podcasts bashing my ex-wife. You know what I mean? That's just not going to happen. I'm not going to do that because, you know what I mean? Like I said, that just shows you bad at making decisions. And I'm not going to do that because she's not a bad person. So why would I spin her in that light? You know what I
And
mean? And the same,
I would think I would bash a relationship before I would bash a partner.
yeah. Like you
Because
could bash the relationship, how toxic it was, but not the
because
person.
we was both fucking up at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's the one thing I will say. You know what I mean, when I speak on that situation, it was, you know, it was the dynamic of both of us not doing certain things that, you know what I mean? But I'm never going to be on some, oh, yeah, she's a, no. You know what I mean? Because that's whack. You know what I mean? That's beta nigga shit. You know what I mean? Oh, GGC Mafia, we stretch our, hell yeah. Yeah, man. You know, somebody on this panel going to get stretched out. But we going to say that for After Dark. You know what I mean? Or the ladies of GGC Mafia stretch their men out. I mean, hey, listen, either there it's a lot of stretching going on. You know what I mean? Obviously, I mean, you know, but let's let me not get off track because I was about to say something real explicit. You know what I mean? I was gonna say something real explicit on these airwaves, but you know, I'll say that for Saturday on After Dark. You know what I mean? Tune in to Saturday Blur Cartel After Dark every Saturday at 11. You know what I mean? Had to plug that in. You know what I mean? But all right, let's get to this final topic, and this one is a doozy. Woo! Fellas, if you are this guy right here, I feel sorry for you. And ladies, if you are on the other end of this, I feel sorry for you as well. But so there was a post that went viral on Facebook. You know, young woman slid in the guy's inbox to tell him, I like your vibe. You know what I mean? You got a cool vibe or whatever. And this is what transpired. I mean, I'm gonna read these joints off to you. I mean, hold on. It's the
I
wrong
think
one.
it's the first one, yeah.
It's the wrong one. I don't know why they uploaded in that order. But okay, so the first joint, she said, just wanted to pop in and say, I love your vibe.
Just
You
wanted
know
to
what
pop in and say, I love your vibe.
I mean? That's it. That's all. You know what I mean? Then my boy just goes in from the rip. Hard eyes.
He's
Thank you so much.
ass. Ow.
You know what I mean? Thank you so much.
OMG.
You know what I mean? OMG at that. You know what I mean? I wish you could see how much you just made my day. I'm blushing so hard. Ha ha ha. I'm smiling so big. OMG, thank you. I love your vibe. Okay, you know what I mean? All right. But you went wrong straight from the rip, bro. But I'm gonna get to that in a minute. You know what I mean? Then he said, OMG. Seriously, I'm so happy you messaged me. I've been developing a big crush on you, TBH. And then this is the kicker for me. I actually only live 5 hours from you. Like, damn, bro, you didn't already put the map quest directions in. You didn't, you know what I mean, start looking up plane, train tickets and all that. Like, damn, bro, like, you know what I mean? And then he said, actually, I'm like really intrigued by your vibe and I really want to get to know you. And then she said, oh, that's so sweet. I'm happy. You're flattered. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She meant the comment to be very platonic, but she would love to be friends. And
I would love to be friends.
I mean, she told you I love to be friends. That's fine. You know what I mean? Then he went boom. I didn't mean to love bomb your compliment. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I just don't often. And here we go. Here, this is where the fuck shit starts. You know what I mean? This is where the fuck shit starts.
Not this one.
It's not this one.
Nah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is it this one?
Is this the next one?
No, I don't think it is. Hold on.
I
I
might
think
be the last one or one of the last
I
ones.
think this might be the next.
This is definitely not it. This is not even part of that conversation.
Not even. Oh yeah, this is not even. This is a whole different text. I apologize for that. Hold on. Let me find this. Where's the next part of this goddamn conversation?
It might be missing. It might be
Yeah,
missing.
it may be missing, but all right,
But you
we
still
just
have the
gonna
last part or one of the last parts
we
because
just
I
gonna
think it was like 4 or 5 slots.
we gonna. You know what I mean, but you just see. I'm not gonna keep reading all these joints, but you see, my boy just started going off. You know what I mean? Just you see the timestamps of these messages. They started talking. Was it the morning or the afternoon or something
This
like
is
that?
the next one.
All right. This is the next one. All right, my bad. Let's get to this one.
I
All
just
right, so
don't
this,
often get messaged by girls I've been crushing hard as fuck on. It's because usually I'm messaging them. I would like to be friends too, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would like to have in mind to at least allow each other to get close in the sense of eventually becoming something if the connection is there. I will absolutely take a few steps back. And I promise I won't like flirt or focus on what when are things going to go to the next level. But I would, you said, but would you be open to truly focusing on friendship until vibes naturally attract us romantically? It's if not, it's okay. But when I message girls a platonic friendly compliment, if I truly want to make sure they perceive it that way, I intend it. And so I don't give them something emotions or assumptions. Oh, then go back to the
all
other one.
right, so that would go to the next tweet.
Assumptions. I tell them immediately. I promise I mean this in the most friendly way before I say the rest. There are guys like me who are dealing with intense healing and intense PTSD with abandonment and relationships. You have to be careful with the way you word things. It just sucks, you know. Of course, the only girl to message me a compliment first, and that is a girl that I am very attracted to, is a girl I'm crushing on, and it's just a friendly compliment. Girls think it's so easy being a guy. Well, we have to deal with a lot more unspoken emotional trauma from little things like this throughout society because girls get nearly everything they want from the opposite sex just because they're attractive.
Then we get the last one.
A friendly compliment, honestly, it hurts more than I can even explain right now. I was trying my best to hide it and be nice and maybe focus on the positive, but your messages are the reason why I give up for now on social media. People and relationships. I'm sorry, but y'all ladies need to learn a lot of shit too. And I'm over it. I'm over society and its perceptions and inability to take accountability. I appreciate you and your vibes, hun, with love. You fucked me up. The you fucked me the fuck up with that one, hun. Thank God I'm going to therapy tomorrow because y'all fellow new age humans just fuck. Pay attention to how your vibes might come off across to someone unintentionally. And if you're a girl that blasts dudes, I wouldn't know. I'm just saying from what I've seen on my feed with people, lol. I honestly encourage you to blast me on this and post the whole convo. Please show people how fucked up shit like this is because honestly, something you straight. This is because honestly, I don't know.
But I think I may have. I don't think I got all of it, but yeah, y'all see. what transpired here. You know what I mean? She literally, hold on, let me get this off the screen. Hold on.
Creep Squad. Bro gotta chill. He must be one of those. What? Manosphere?
Hold on, let me get this off screen.
He been talking to himself. Oh.
Yes,
Bruh.
he must be one of those manosphere dudes. These dudes love texting. He must have been talking to himself for a while. Yes, he
You're
was
not even
definitely
quoting
talking.
him no more. Oh, okay.
He definitely was talking to himself for a while. You know what I mean? That man was in there having a whole conversation with himself. She responded. She sent that man two messages. Two. Two. And he started typing out soliloquies and paragraphs and all that. You know what I mean? Telling her how vibes come off unintentionally and all this other shit. Now, before
My
I
first, the thing was, it started off so good.
yeah, it did.
It
I mean,
started off
it's,
so sweet.
I mean,
And if he wanted it to go somewhere, like into a friendship, a realm of friendship, he fucked it up because he could have left it as thank you and continued doing
right.
what the fuck he was doing.
Facts.
He had a good vibe. Vibes are hard to hide. And apparently he was hiding the crazy very well because he had a
Listen,
good vibe.
any of you Negroes watching that have tendencies like that, man, you should be listening to what this beautiful woman is telling you. You know what I mean? Now, me, the sensei, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you right now. If you out here sliding in women's inbox like this and you going on spills like that, I'm sorry for you, bro. I feel very sorry for you. I can tell that your interaction with women is very minimal. You know what I mean? And this is not the way to move. This is if you knew better, you do better. I'm gonna tell you where you went wrong, my boy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell you from the rip. You know what I mean? You went wrong instantly the moment you hit that all OMG, all that. Come on, bro. You gotta play it smooth.
I don't even think that's where he went
Now,
wrong.
for me as a man, that's where you went wrong.
I
You
don't even
gotta
think
play it. You gotta play it smooth, bro. You know what I mean? You get a simple thank you. You know what I mean? Your vibe's cool too. You know what I mean? And then you can advance the conversation. You know what I mean? You ain't have to do all that extra shit. You know what I mean? And then he started going into, you know,
go back to the first slide. I'm gonna tell you exactly where he went wrong.
all right, we gonna
Open
go back to
Pandora's box.
we gonna go back to that first slide. Hold on. We gonna break this down. I'll tell you where he went wrong. She gonna tell you where he
You
went.
said he went wrong with OMG.
He went wrong from the rip.
OMG was the first fucking message after the emojis.
From the rip, the emojis, the whole long message after that. You know what I mean?
Okay,
All
so
that,
where he
all
should
that.
have stopped that was right here where he said, I love your vibe.
Yeah,
He could have left it at that.
that's it.
Now go to the next one.
All right, hold on. The next one. Hold on. Let me make sure I got it.
This one where he said, OMG, seriously, I'm so happy you messaged me. He should have never said that.
Yeah, no.
He could have cut it off right when he got that. That's when it to me personally, because I give niggas a little bit more leeway. You know,
Hmm.
like I understand I am attractive, so sometimes motherfuckers,
You
you
are.
know, they get
You are.
so sometimes dudes do get a little, a little overexcited. So I'll
Mhm.
give you that leeway. I understand I'm an attractive person, but when then he just kept going. And then once
Right.
she said, yo, this is platonic, he should have just bowed and just, that's to me, that's where he fucked up.
Right.
He could
Because
have stopped.
it came
OMG, I love your vibe. He acknowledged her compliment. He acknowledged how much he enjoyed her compliment, and then he
not like a levy.
complimented her back, and that was it. He
See,
broke like a levy. He
for me,
did.
like once he got into the like, I just feel like you said, he should have just left it at the. You got to play it smooth. I mean,
Everybody can't be smooth though.
me
Listen to me.
and we at the
I
VGC Mafia,
exclusively only date nerds.
but
Everybody
I
can't be.
mean,
Everybody
I'm,
can't be
I'm
smooth.
I might be the smoothest nerd on the planet though. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it a being with you. Like for me, if that was me, You slide in my inbox on some OMG I love your vibe. I'm not sending you 17 emojis off the rip. I mean, I'm not gonna tell you, I mean, oh my God, I'm surprised you messaged me. No, because once you come off like that, you come off as desperate. You know what I mean? And that's one thing I know about women. Yeah, I don't like desperate niggas. You know what I mean?
You're not wrong. You're not
Like
wrong.
he came
But
off very desperate to me. You know what I mean? But no,
you're
go ahead.
not wrong. But at the same time, not all men know how to talk to women. Not
That is also
not
true.
all men are, used to receiving compliments. And
Right.
that's another thing. A lot of men don't receive compliments, so they don't necessarily know how to accept compliments.
Facts. And that's one
So
thing I
I'm
wanted
not going to knock him for that.
that's one thing I wanted to bring up because I said it in my opening statement. You know what I mean? You could tell that his interaction with women is
I
minimal.
never would
As far
say
as,
OMG to a girl.
yeah, nah. You could tell that his interaction with
Never.
women,
Not even in the bedroom.
I mean, I've said oh my God, but not OMG. But yeah.
OMG.
But his interaction with women is very minimal. And you're right. Because a lot of men just don't know how to talk to women, period. You know what I mean? They don't experience that type of attention. You know what I mean? Once they get it, they don't know how to act. So what I'm here to tell you, bro, you gotta tone that down. If you're a man out there and you don't get that much attention from women, and then a woman that you may have a crush on or attractive comes in and gives you a compliment, bro, take it from the sensei. The sensei is not going to steer you wrong. Play it cool. Play it real cool. Like, you know what I mean?
I
If she
will
just
say,
wanna no, go ahead.
no, finish your sentence.
No, if she wants to be friends or whatever, you know what I mean? Play it cool, bro. You could play the long game and still win. You know what I mean? You don't have to jump immediately out the window. You know what I mean? You don't have to be desperate. You know what I mean? Like, and I also think like if you work with women or you're around women, try just having regular conversations with them. You know what I mean?
Platonic,
So yeah, platonic, regular, like, because every woman that gives you a compliment, fellas,
not
they're
poggers
not trying to have
in
sex
the
with you. Okay,
bedroom.
every woman that gives you a compliment is not trying to have sex with you. All right, like it's just you know what I mean? People can give compliments, and that's just what it is, a compliment. Like, you know what I mean? She's not, just because she slid in your inbox and said, I like your vibe or whatever, that does not mean you immediately try to have sex with her or start planning a wedding. No. You know what I mean? You
I
can
will
accept the
say,
compliment and keep it pushing.
yeah,
No,
I
go
will
ahead.
say that the thing that I didn't like about him, the thing I didn't like about
Yeah,
the
and I
man.
ain't even get to the bad stuff yet, but go ahead.
Well, no, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I know, like everybody's gonna be like, oh, because of all the stuff he said, and even the timestamps about him just talking to himself and what time he was talking. One of the things that I picked up on was the fact that he noticed what he was doing was wrong.
And
He
he
said,
kept
"I'm
doing
sorry for love bombing you," and kept going.
it.
He said, "Oh, I'm glad I'm going to therapy," and kept going. And then to end it all off, he said, "I hope you blast me for this." He knew that everything he was doing was wrong, and he
Hmm.
kept going. To me, that is indicative of someone who just, I want to say, toxic. It's like he knows that he's a fucked up individual at that point.
Right.
It made me not want to feel sorry for him at all. it it
Right.
it made me fearful for her because
That
of the
was that
situation.
reverse accountability, gaslighting, low key.
Yeah, like he knew everything he was doing wrong and still just kept going. Anyways, it's like when you know that you're doing something wrong and you continue to do it. To me, that's worse than a person who just don't know how to talk to women and was being crazy. Like
Yeah. That
he was
that showed a bit of insanity to me. I ain't even gonna hold you, cause you knew you was rubbing this woman the wrong way. You knew you was turning her off, and you still was just like fuck it. You know what I mean?
right
I'm going. And then the crazy thing, even though he knew he was drawing on some fuck shit, he still tried to blame her. You know what I mean? He still tried to throw the blame on her by saying, "Oh, you shouldn't be throwing out compliments like that, or
because you
giving
don't know what they'll do
unintentional."
to a
You know what I
person.
mean? Like, huh? Like. Men, you can accept a compliment from a woman and keep it pushing. That does
You
not
lack
mean
self control, yes.
that does not mean she want to suck your
You
dick.
press a
That does
button.
not mean she want to fuck you. She just gave you a compliment, bro. That's all. Like, learn how to accept compliments and keep it pushing. Like, like I said, I would never in my life do anything like that man just did in somebody's inbox. That's not happening. Like, I mean, no.
You should have did that in mine.
I mean, nah, no. I ain't gonna make a fool of myself. You know what I mean? You know,
No,
you didn't
you
even
should
give me
have
the
said
chance to slide in your
you should
inbox.
have said OMG.
No, you didn't even give me the chance to slide in. You slid in mine first. You know what I mean? You beat me to the punch. You know what I mean?
Maybe I'm a little impatient, or maybe I'm a girl who
She,
knows
she,
what she
she beat
wants.
me to the punch. But you see,
Maybe I'm a girl who knows what she wants.
yes, you know you listen. You got what you want. I tell you that. You know what I mean? But listen, take it from your boy, the sensei. Listen, I had a beautiful woman slide in my inbox, and what did I do? You know what I mean? I turned that into a win, my brother. You know what I mean? Because
Oh,
I know how to talk to
you
women.
played it extra cool.
You know what I mean? I know how to talk to women. You know what I mean? I didn't come off desperate. I didn't come off creepy. You know what I mean? I came off genuine as I am. You know what I mean? And look where we are now. That's my baby right there. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You can have success, my boy. You just gotta know how to play it. Like a lot of times with men, you know what I mean, we can get in the door easily, but once we get in the door, we don't know how to fucking act when we inside. You know what I mean? And that's what a lot of you dudes, you get in, they open the door for you, and then you get in there and you act the ass. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Or don't start love bombing, telling these women, OMG, I'm surprised you message me. I don't get compliments, this and that. Don't do that, bro. Don't do that. Cause that right there, if I'ma just say this, if I'm a woman, that's raising my radar. My red flags is going off from the rip. Cause it's like, all right, this nigga right here, he don't get no sex like that. And I'm not about to be the one to give it to him. No. I'm up out of here. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like he could have cut that conversation off once at a certain point, once somebody stopped responding, that means they done with the conversation. You know what I mean?
But also, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, so she
Yes,
could have been asleep and woke up to a nightmare.
right. Like she probably was enjoying her sleep, woke up to a shit ton of messages of this man blaming her
I
for
did
his
like his
weird shit.
vibe. I liked his vibe a lot.
You know what I mean, I'm a different type of vibe, man. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean, the vibe different over here in HollyHood, man. It's real different. But only she'll
But
know. I
the
mean,
vibe different in La La Land too. So
only she'll know. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, the vibe different in La La Land. I'm trying to be a permanent resident. You know what I mean? That's. But back to the point. If you knew better, you do better, bros. All I'm saying is, like, you get one thing I can say.
can we say that he did know better, but still didn't do better?
Yeah, he knew better apparently, but he didn't do better at all. Like, I mean, he knew what he was doing with some bullshit, but he still decided to partake and said bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be this way, bro. Like, I mean, it's a different way to go about it. I urge anybody, you know what I mean? Break out of your shell, bro. Like, just have a conversation with a platonic conversation with a woman. And you know what I mean? You get better at doing things by doing things. You know what I mean? You're not going to be good at talking to women if you don't never talk to women. You know what I mean? You can't just, some people have the gift of gab and they can just talk to people and it just comes to them and flows like that. But everybody's not the same. We are built differently. We aren't created equal. So have more conversations with women. Have more platonic conversations with women. Learn how to take compliments and not run. Don't, if they give you an inch, don't start taking 30 miles, bro. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't do that. You you can receive a compliment and just keep it moving. You can say thank you and y'all can have a normal conversation. But to get a compliment and already start trying to plan a whole relationship, off of a compliment is bananas. That shit is wild. Like, you know what I mean? And I pray that that man said he was going to therapy. I hope he is. And I pray that during his therapy sessions, he sees the error of his ways.
I
You know what I
swear he
mean?
has a very good therapist.
Yeah, his therapist is, they got a lot to unpack with that
Like
guy.
I feel
You know
like
what I mean?
he's
They got a lot
already
to,
currently in therapy and he's still acting like that. It might be time for him to get another
it's a lot to
therapist.
unpack with that nigga. You know what I
Because
mean?
therapist, do your job.
Yeah, I hope
Because
she
he's
blocked
still
his
running
ass too.
around.
You know what I mean?
Still running
And
around.
like, want some shit? I'm gonna keep it a bean. The shorty who posted that, fuck that nigga feelings, man. You should have exposed that man name. I ain't trying. Like, I mean, we need to know these menaces out here. You know what I
Right?
mean,
We need to know so that we
it
can steer clear of them.
right. It's cause you blocked that man name out. Now he might be sliding in somebody else's inbox talking to himself. You know
Well,
what I mean?
she gave him grace.
Like, yeah, she was trying to be nice, but at the same time, no, fuck that nigga. You know what I mean? He embarrassed himself. He knew he embarrassed himself. He even told you to post his embarrassment. You know what I mean? So, nah, don't spare that man. Fuck that nigga.
Maybe he did it
Maybe
for
he did
fun.
do it for clout. I don't know. But if you doing that type shit for clout, you a different nigga. You know what I mean? And I just want to say, for me, I'm sorry. I don't like generalizing. I don't. But in this instance, I am. You know what I mean? That either sound like he's a white boy or he one of them black niggas that love anime or some shit, and he say girls don't like me because I love anime. That's he either
I,
one of them.
I honestly, I almost want to assume only because of her race. You
But
know,
you know them black anime niggas like white girls.
this wasn't found in a nerd group.
You know what I mean? You don't gotta be a nerd.
No, I'm just saying, like, it wasn't in a nerd group.
Well, maybe he was a one of them alt niggas, alternative niggas. I don't fucking know. I mean, either way,
I think it was a
either way, he probably was a white boy. You know what
he
I
was
mean? That don't get no
it was
sex.
a white man because it was a white woman who posted it,
He
and
probably was a
they
white
deal
boy
with
that don't get no
some
sex.
crazy shit. They deal with some crazy shit.
Yeah. Listen, ladies, be out for these mayonnaise men. You know what I mean? They be tripping. You know
The
what I mean?
male sapiens.
These Mayo Sapiens, these Caucasus Mountain dwellers be tripping sometimes. You know what I mean? But you know, I got love for my white homies though. I ain't about to sit here and bash white folk. But yeah, if you knew better, you do better. That man knew better, but he still was on some. Like I said, I hope that man gets the therapy. I hope he really is going to therapy, and he ain't just say that just to say that, because that is definitely a conversation. His actions, the way his words, how he chose to, express himself. He needs to talk to a therapist because that's very unhealthy, and it's cringy, and
Especially
that's
if that triggered his PTSD.
yeah. And just imagine. I mean, if that's how he act in the inbox, I would imagine how he act in
In
person.
person,
Like he probably a Kyle out here punching
this
holes in
crazy
balls.
PT. All pink meat is bad. She thought she was kidding. Wow.
Yeah, that nigga right there, boy, he got to get his life together. I
I'm
mean, if
pretty
you,
sure
like I
he's
said,
from
man,
this. We're not
and
putting this on our melanated incels. Not
ladies, I encourage you. I mean, I implore you to block these niggas and expose them. Expose them before you block them, so everybody else can be aware of the fuckery. Because I
I
know,
don't block them anymore.
mm, and how? Why so?
I
Why?
I I, I don't want to say I learned my lesson, but I feel like if I don't block you, I know who to ignore
Mm,
because I've had instances where I blocked people and that doesn't stop them. They just make other profiles and continue to watch you, continue to follow you, continue to message you.
that's. I mean, I'm sorry. Listen, on the behalf of men, I just want to apologize to you women because you have to deal with fuck shit. Like I don't
Honestly,
have,
I've had guys on board with this whole them knowing better and still not doing better. I've had guys literally tell me, "You should just block me because I'm not gonna stop."
yikes.
Like, so you know that this is so fucking cringe. And I'm like, I don't have to block you. I just not gonna fucking reply. You
I
can.
mean,
I'm okay with you talking to yourself in my inbox for 3 to 4 years.
they get off on that. You know what I mean?
Like the only thing that's gonna bother me is a little red notification.
Listen, ladies,
They get off on me
expose.
being mean to them too. They
Oh
get
yeah,
off on
definitely.
that too.
Ladies,
But
expose
don't
these
be mean
weirdos.
for free because they'll pay you to be mean.
Ladies, expose these weirdos, these creeps. I mean, I know y'all got at least a couple niggas in y'all inbox now that's talking to themselves. You know what I mean? Which is wild. You know what I mean? I would
I've
never.
never been intimate with any of my stalkers.
I only had two stalkers in my life, but I wasn't pressed, so I pray for them. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm gonna keep it a bean. I don't have no like y'all did have a stalker once, but I don't have no, you know, like women just don't do that. You know what I mean? You don't see women.
Yes, they do.
Well, for me, you know what I mean? I don't see women in niggas' inboxes talking to themselves, going crazy like that. For
Oh,
me, I haven't seen that. You know what I mean? If somebody could show me that,
I don't think it's that like that. But
if
women
somebody could show me that, that would be like
do be
fucking.
crazy.
I mean, yeah, women are crazy, but
10
they don't.
years and he still can find you.
She. Yeah, women stalkers are different, bro. They'll show up to your job. They'll be at a family function talking to your mama and shit like she known her for years. It's like that.
They had the family function because they didn't went and got a job with your sister, started dating one of your fucking homeboys, like or your cousin or some shit. Like they'll be deeply ingrained into your life in some way or another because they was just trying to get to you. And it's
Fact.
like, key your car and you never knew my car. Cops can't do anything because he doesn't pose a threat.
Fuck the
Damn.
police. Nut ass
Yeah.
cop. You know what I mean? This woman out here getting stalked, and y'all talking about he don't pose a threat. Nigga, he's stalking
It's
her.
crazy that they don't
He's
pose a
stalking her.
threat until
That's the threat.
they don't pose a threat until they're actually physically violent.
Like, why do
They
women
can
have
threaten
to
you all they want, but until they're actually physically violent, they don't pose a
like?
threat.
Why did that man? Why does it have to come down to him harming you for you to get help? It's crazy. You know
It's
what I mean? But listen, man, this has been the second episode of Welcome to HollyHood. Thank you for everybody that watched today. This was a good one. You know what I mean? It's a very good one. You know what I mean? It's a very insightful conversation. You
it's
know
a
what I
good
mean?
one. You
Hopefully,
did your thing, baby.
no, yeah, you made it better by showing up. You know what I mean? I couldn't have done it. This wouldn't have been as good if you wasn't here with me.
It's all you.
You know what I mean? But listen, if any of y'all out here on that incel behavior, change yourself. Go to therapy. Like I said, start having a little more platonic conversations with women. Women ain't out here just tricking you, making you think they like you and all this other shit, bro. That's not happening. It's you doing that to yourself. You know what I mean? Men, we gotta get that shit together. We gotta start calling these niggas out too, because they making us look bad. You know what I mean? Cut that shit out, man. That's my closing statement. Cut that shit out. You know what I mean? Fuck the bullshit. You know what I mean? But it's your boy HollyHood Sensei, Sensei the Blur Cartel, CEO status. You already know, man. The ticker is right there. Facebook, IG, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, TikTok, and Twitch. You can find the Blur Cartel there. Just type in the Blur Cartel on your internet browser. And I'm telling you, everything's going to pop up. You know what I mean? And you can type this name in too, HollyHood underscore Sensei 215 on TikTok. You can type that in, HollyHood underscore Sensei on Instagram. And then Sensei HollyHood on Twitter. You know what I mean? Follow your boy if you're not following me. You should be. And also on YouTube, HollyHood underscore Sensei 215 on YouTube. A lot of my content is up there as well. So I mean, tune in, man. I'm trying to get big in these streets. I need y'all to fuck with me. You know what I mean? I'm trying to start a movement. But baby, let them know where they can find you.
It's your girl LalaizsoRandom. It's LalaizsoRandom on all platforms. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, you name it. If the name's not there, neither am I. You can find me on Fridays on the Honey and Cocoa podcast, and it's also on the Blur Cartel. And I'm also on Blur Cartel After Dark right here on the Blur Cartel. And on Tuesdays, I'll be on Bay Chan on Blur Approved Entertainment. And
Yeah.
if you just want me, LalaizsoRandom on Twitch.
Listen, my Bay will be on Bay Chan, so y'all better tune in. You know what I mean? And y'all better tune in to Honey and Cocoa tomorrow. You know what I mean? Y'all better be watching because I'm gonna be watching because I need to see that beautiful smile. I need to see that face on my
Girl,
screen.
stop.
You know, so I'm gonna be watching. But I mean, thank y'all for watching, and you know, I'll be back next week. Your boy HollyHood Sensei, we out there.